And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for your favorite game. Who's that douche canoe?
Once upon a time, there was a Frauditor, and he went around filming the cops and harassing old ladies and exploiting children's images on his YouTube channel. And he made lots of money, and then he sued the cops and won, and then he went home and he counted his money and lived happily ever after. That's what frauding's all about, ladies and gentlemen. The happy ending. Yeah, someday I'm gonna get out of this house arrest, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna roast you. That's right, I'm gonna audit you. How do you like it? That's right. And what are you gonna do? I'm so small I can sneak in and you'll never see me. Alright, what do we got here, Hez? What's going on? Terry Barnes is first. Okay, and what? What do we do? Ow, headache! Oh, no.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the show on this beautiful Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning. Oh, I'm so glad we got through Monday. I'm glad Monday's over. We got Terry Barnes first. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Cliff Hickson was number 100. And that's how they count in Australia. 1 to 100. Like that. Good morning. God bless. God bless you, sir. Greg Jonick, number 3. Hip, 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 hooray. Although technically Terry Barnes and Terry Barnes are the same person. So then he would be second, then you would be third. Oh, yeah, okay. Because then there would be... Hey, Stefan's here. Good morning. Good to see you. Greg Jonick, Stefan, St. German. Listenators in the house. B. Barnes, hello. Wrote and hey, what's up, B. Barnes? Great to see you. As always. Griffey for 2 Australian Taser Tuesday. Tase News Now Voodoo. Get him a zap. Zappalate him.
Oh, man, we're already on that? Oh, it figures those Aussies with their Australian funny money. That stuff looks like Monopoly money, man. What am I supposed to do with that? You know, I can't get any shrimp because you're a simp. I can't get any dang nabbit! What's wrong with my teeth? I've been tased too much. I can't even talk anymore.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Thank you once again. B. Barnes, Victoria B, what's up? Let's see, we got P. Barnes. We got Griffey. I watch reruns of his tasing. Heads needs to put a compilation out of News Now Voodoo tasings. That would be awesome to watch. Compilation, not complication. I know. That's a pretty good idea. Hey, you know what? I could do that. Did you hear about the Frauditor who won a gold medal at the Frauditor Olympics? He was so proud of it that it got it bronzed. All right. Somebody guessed it was Nasty Nathaniel. Oh, let's see. Greg Shodak, David E. Persons, Terry Barnes. Greg. Uh-oh. Hey, Highway Star. Yeah.
Hey, alright, mate. I'll be happy to kick him again. It's always fun. Thank you for the 2. Alright, let's go. Alright. Hey, Voodoo. What do you want, Joey? I want to show you my feet. Your feet? What do you want that? I want to see that for? Oh, yeah, let me show you, mate. Ow! Damn it, sandwich sauce! That's loud! I don't like it! What are you gonna do, Hez? Oh, crap, Hammer! Oh, man. I launched him. I didn't expect him to fly that far.
He wasn't supposed to fly like that. Oops. All right, that's all right. He was specifically designed to be tortured. That's his job in life.
What? No, you can't say that. That's not cool. That's not what I was built for. I was built to get drunk and to be a skunk and to get crunk and to poo in your stew and to be a pimp while you're a Oh, crap. Look at what you did. Oh, dang.
All right. So when I launched him, one of the stickers that I have on my buttons, so that I could know which button is which without looking, came off and came on his butt. It was on him so now I got to put it. There it is. Yeah, it was an applause. It was an applause button. Wow, that was weird. All right, thank you anyway. Thank you. Lexi Ann's in the house. What's up? Good to see you. Highway Star. Oh yeah, I got the emails for the mugs. I just got to put together, the shipping and all that, and getting them shipped out there. Mr. Thomas, good morning, Hez and the Resh family. If you could remember Scranton test sheets in school, Scantron test sheets in school, you might need hip replacement. Hey, I remember Scantron. Nightmare Adventures, what up, peeps? Yeah. Hey, Leland Squirrel's in the house. All right. Josiah Stallbird. All right, what's up? Uncle Artie, Zap has in the whole show. I can't see what I'm typing. Terry Barnes, Highway Star. Hi, everyone. It's Terry Barnes, Highway Star. Florida Jim is in the house. Oh, no. Griffey for 2 Australian says he wants a 3rd tasing.
Ding dong, ding dang, damn it. Listen, mate. Give me that. All right, thank you. Listen, just because my underwear are made out of quokka fur and, yeah, my coat's made out of wallaby hide, that don't mean that you gotta tase me, does it? Oh, it does? Oh, crap. Wait a minute. What? Oh, no.
That's right. All right, let's see. We got Highway Star, Florida Jim. Terry Barnes, Uncle Artie, and Florida Jim. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Welcome to the show on this wonderful Tuesday morning. It's a Taser Tuesday. Terrific. It can be tumultuous and taxing at times, but it's totally awesome.
Awesome! Awesome!
Thank you. Ah! What the hell was that? Something in my eye. And I got glasses on. Do you think that would block something? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday, and we're here live on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel. I'm Hezokuai, and I'm here to entertain you this morning. I got my gavel. I got my voodoo doll. I got Joey the kangaroo. I got baby voodoo. I got a box of my favorite garnish number 2. We're ready to fly into awesome sandwich sauce. Awesome sauce sandwich. Wait. I don't know, man. I was trying to be hip, like one of those jazz DJs when you were a kid on AM radio. And now, ladies and gentlemen, John Coltrane with a Christmas favorite. My favorite things. Or, because it's not Christmas time. John Coltrane with A Love Supreme. All right, there we go. Yeah. Chef M80, what's up? All right. Yeah. Just looking at the chat. Yeah, Leland, you should probably get that looked at. That sounds like that's not a joke. Hey, Tiny, there she is. What's up? Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show. It's been a week. The hell? What are you waiting for? Anyway, holy crap, hammer sandwiches. It's Tuesday, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, I'm sure you probably all already know by now, but just in case you don't, that's all right. I didn't watch it because I wanted to see it live with you guys. I wanted to share the experience with you, but first, we got $5 from Nightmares Adventures. Taste Voodoo for drinking all my moonshine and leaving nude pictures of his butt.
Oh, yeah, that's right, man. Yeah, I was flying, man. That's some good stuff you got there. And look, there it is. Look at my butt. Look at my butt. Look at my butt. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, you know what, man? Hey, man, that moonshine had me so drunk that I got tased by Hez last night and I didn't even feel it, baby. That's the way we go. Yo, whoa, ain't nothing but moonshine for me. Where's DMA when you need him?
I got to turn the special effects off. There we go. All right. Thank you so much. News Now Enemy, what's up? Smash that like button, like that smash button, and let's go. Man, I could tell you some stories about moonshine. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to get this started parted with a new video from Tones. Probably the only person I know that likes tasings more than Griffey is Tones Overthinks It. So let's go ahead and get that going. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a new video. Too long didn't read. From Tones Overthinks It. Let's go. All right.
Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. And welcome once again to another edition of TLDR. As no doubt many of you are aware, I originally created this segment for the purpose of having a more serious discussion on the practice of First Amendment auditing, and with it, its logical fallacies, its blatant hypocrisy of those who engage in it, and the overall impact it has on our society. And while it's one thing to listen to the lofty opinions of a simple content creator like myself, it's another matter entirely when this discussion is suddenly being had in the halls of government, which is exactly what took place last week in Texas, where new legislation in the form of House Bill 3565 is currently being considered. This bill calls for an increase in punishment for the act of interference with public duties, from a simple misdemeanor to a felony, in which the state can sentence one to more harsh fines and longer jail time. So for this video, I'll be presenting footage from the Texas Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence, where this bill is being discussed. We will hear from both sides of the argument, those who are in support of it and those who are opposed.
Chair lays out House Bill 3565. Is recognized as Chairman Cook to explain the bill.
Thank you, Chairman Louderback and members for the opportunity to present House Bill 3565. I'll be quick. I know that others are waiting, but basically currently under Section 38.15A of the Penal Code, a person commits the Class B misdemeanor offense of interference with public duties if they disrupt, interrupt, impede, or interfere with the following public servants while they are conducting their official duties: peace officers or police canines, EMS and fire, animal control, and county public health, environmental, radiation, or safety officials. For these public servants, every day and every counter on the job is inherently dangerous, as you know, Chairman. Specifically for law enforcement, when an officer is working a traffic stop or accident scene, dealing with an outside party who is screaming or encroaching the officer's physical space can cause unnecessary distractions and escalation. Additionally, the officer may have to call for backup to deal with the outside party, taking precious resources away from other emergency calls. In Tarrant County, some individuals actively seek out opportunities to interfere with law enforcement during service calls, film the encounters, and post them to YouTube, where the footage is monetized. The current criminal penalty for interference with public duties is a Class B misdemeanor, and this bill simply moves to a state jail felony. While the First Amendment protects the right to film law enforcement interactions, the right should not extend to behavior which obstructs a public servant's ability to do their job. Members, I'll be glad to answer any questions. This bill was brought to us by the Tarrant County District Attorney Phil Sorrell's office, and would be glad to answer any questions. Would like an opportunity to close when appropriate. And this bill has been passed by the Senate in the form of Senate Bill 1208 and is in the Criminal Jurisprudence Committee at this time.
You don't touch any of the conduct related to interference.
That's correct. We
just the
strike three
Just
words
straight-
and
straight penalty
swap out
enhancement. Okay.
Class B misdemeanor with state jail felony. That's
Got
it. Yeah.
And does the Senate bill is identical to that? It doesn't tinker with the underlying offense?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So as Chairman Cook makes clear, the offense itself and what constitutes that offense still remain the same. Law enforcement, and by extension the prosecutor, has to establish that someone has committed this offense in order to be charged with it and convicted. What this bill proposes to change is making that punishment upon conviction more severe. The reason something like this would even have to be considered is better explained by the next person to speak.
So my name is Bill Vassar. I've been a prosecutor at the Tarrant County DA's office for over 22 years. And I want to tell you all what I've been telling the juries the past 2 years when I've been trying these cases. Nobody is saying you can't film the police. Sadly, whether we like it or not, nobody is saying you can't cuss, scream at, or antagonize the police. What we are saying is you just can't interfere with their ability to investigate a case. What we are seeing in Tarrant County are individuals are inserting themselves on traffic stops. They're inserting themselves on domestic violence investigations. They're inserting themselves on warrant service, where police officers are trying to arrest violent fugitives. They're running up to police officers with their cameras. They are screaming at them. They are cussing at them. They're demanding their name and badge number, and they are physically getting in their investigation. And the problem with that is it's a public safety issue, because I'm amazed in the 20 or 30 cases that I've dealt with in Tarrant County that nobody's gotten hurt. So why do we need to make this a felony? Because we are just having the same group of people are getting arrested over and over again. A couple days in the Tarrant County Jail is worth it for them to post it on YouTube and make money off of it. So we're very in support of this bill. I would just ask that you consider this, because I think we really need to give our men and women in blue just a little breathing room when they're conducting investigations. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
This point in particular is something I've already discussed in a previous video, where there is a woefully imbalanced cost-benefit ratio when it comes to frauditors being held accountable for their actions and the rewards they get from posting it on YouTube. The fact of the matter is, we're dealing with people who think that the getting arrested, probably paying a fine, maybe even seeing a day or two in jail is insufficient to deter them from committing this action again the next day. I mean, how many times have we seen frauditors get arrested for committing a crime while in the middle of facing charges and going in and out of court for committing that same crime once or even twice over prior? And how many times do we see, because it's a simple misdemeanor, those charges get dismissed because they run out the clock by just causing delays, or they simply don't show up to court and just go to another state, and the failure to appear warrant is simply not severe enough for police to go through the effort to arrest and extradite them. The simple unfortunate truth is, frauditors are no longer deterred by this punishment. Most of them are already criminals, some having served time for more severe crimes, so from their perspective, it's really nothing to them. It's simply the cost of doing business. And it's because of this, a serious discussion now has to be had on whether or not the laws need to change. And with that, all of the time and resources that are required from our tax dollars have to be spent now answering this question. And whatever results from this could have serious repercussions.
So, Mr. Ambassador, I had similar concern to Representative Moody. I think you could probably tailor this to peace officers in A1 and be better off. Certainly, I agree with you. It can endanger officers. One of the concerns that I have is the breadth of the statute as it relates to interrupting, disrupting, impeding, or otherwise interfering with. And it seems to me that captures a broad range of conduct, right? How are peace officers trained on what constitutes a violation of this provision? Because it's pretty easy to imagine an interruption of a peace officer.
Sure.
And it certainly different from an assault or a true interference preventing a police officer from handcuffing somebody or something along those lines. So can you just explain that to me?
Sure. I can explain what Fort Worth PD is training their officers to do.
Okay.
Fort Worth PD is telling their officers, find a line of demarcation, meaning that chair right there. Sir, you're welcome to film over there, but you've got to stay by that chair. Okay. So that's what we are training them to do. The problem is, these individuals are not doing that, right? These officers are having to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, you've got to stand over there. They give individuals multiple times, and then they finally say, look, if you do it one more time, we're going to arrest you. So these officers are trained to really, tell them to stay over there, be calm with them. They're welcome to film, but they've got to get out of their investigation.
Now, I'm prepared to admit that those concerns brought in that question are valid. However, the response, to me, that pretty much sums up what we've seen in every single Frauditor video. Law enforcement is being trained to consider the First Amendment and understand that, yeah, you have a right to film. Yes, you have a right to your opinion. But there are and should be a limit on how much you can encroach upon law enforcement in the course of their duties. If they're conducting an investigation, if they're detaining a suspect, if they're dealing with a situation where people's lives are at risk or may have already been lost. Law enforcement has no inherent opposition to filming them. It's more of simply stay out of their way and make sure they don't have to worry about you and what's in front of them, which I think any rational and logical person, and obviously frauditors are excluded from that, would find perfectly reasonable.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Representative Little, as well. Thank you for your testimony, and I guess I just have questions about the line of demarcation.
Sure.
And, like, what is the number, or is there a space that you think is significant?
So there's no bright line rule. And I think Florida right now is trying to pass maybe a 10 or 15 yard barrier. But in Texas, we don't have a bright line rule. So what Fort Worth PD is trying to say, pick a tree, pick a line in the concrete or a car, something roughly 10 yards for them to stay behind and film. And what's really amazing to me is that it's pretty impressive that when our officers are getting screamed at, that they are able to remain calm, say, look, sir, you're welcome to film over there. You just got to stand over there.
Thank you, and I appreciate that, because I guess I'm thinking about the de-escalation in that point
Sure.
in time when that person comes up and sees something that they think is out of line or whatnot. And, you know, I think about my own family that's in law enforcement and that it could create a public safety issue. But I also have concerns because I feel like if they're filming and if no one catches it, then when something is out of line and it would not be reported, it would go unreported.
Absolutely. And again, in what I've been telling juries the past 2 years, nobody's saying you can't film. That is 2025. We have that right. Everybody has cell phones. It's just if an officer is conducting a traffic stop, right, and I'm the officer and I'm talking to somebody in a car, you can't be right here with a phone in my face screaming at me, right? And because what happens, obviously, is the officer turns to address that individual. Now they're not worrying about their investigation.
Right. Thank you. That makes sense. Thank you so much.
ADA Bastard, let me see if I can touch on exactly what's going on here. In open air investigations or open air inquisitions, wherever we're being called for service, if you direct someone to go behind that chair in open air, they simply move the chair.
Right.
So it usually results very, very decidedly into a call for additional units. And we actually are running into situations where investigations can't continue until other units get there, hold the crowd back, or a developing crowd situation. So these things are ever growing, especially in open air areas. So where crowds have congregated or begin to congregate. So this is would you agree with that? This is what we're seeing over and over again.
Absolutely. And it's also a resource situation because a recent case that I tried, it was merely a DWI investigation. And we had 2 people showing up filming. Well, now because it's one officer with a DWI investigation, we have to have backup, right? Oftentimes these interference cases, they turn into resisting cases. That is additional officers. In addition, these people, as part of their play with the police, then they're demanding a supervisor. So then that means a sergeant or a lieutenant now has to come out to the scene to deal with that person. So it's, in lack of a better terms, it's really taking officers off the street.
Once again, perfectly summarizing what we see in almost every frauditor and police encounter. And my takeaway from this is the fact that this isn't just some kooky internet fad anymore. This is becoming a topic of serious discussion, one that has an impact on law enforcement policy and is being looked at seriously by legislators, officers of the court, and law enforcement officials.
Have you seen an increase in this and like over what time period? I guess because as you said, ADA, that we're looking at now people have cell phones.
All right, so I'm going to pause it there real quick. So this is exactly what we've been talking about for 2 years now. Like these idiots keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And what have I been saying? That the end result in this isn't going to be what well, again, how many of these people actually believe that? And versus how many of them are just doing it because they figure it's a way to make a quick buck on YouTube. But the ones who actually do believe this nonsense, it's like, what's the end goal? Oh, well, to make it so that anyone can go anywhere and do anything, and as long as they're holding their camera, there's no consequences and no one can stop them. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I mean, what's the point? To give people more freedom and more rights to stand around screaming at cops and insulting people and knocking, like, I don't get it, what they're trying to do. But what they are doing is they're making people want to make the laws more restrictive. And it's like, I thought you were trying to open freedom and First Amendment and rights and all that. No, you're So now, like Tones just said, this isn't just a couple quirky idiots on YouTube anymore. This is a serious issue. And the lawmakers are starting to discuss it. And I said this a long time ago. The thing that these frauditors aren't thinking about is every time they insult somebody, every time somebody asks them not to put them on video and they put them on video just because they asked them not to, every time they pepper spray somebody, every time they film somebody that doesn't want to be filmed, every time they insult somebody, every time they go out, every single person they come into contact with, unless the only thing that you can say to a frauditor that's okay, that you won't be punished for saying is, hey, I'm a subscriber, love your channel, good work, buddy. That's the only thing you're allowed to say to them, because they're the real tyrants. They allow you to say and do certain things. So the only thing you're allowed to say to them is, I'm a subscriber, I love your channel, good work. Anything else, and you're going to be punished for it. So what's the end result? They're sitting here getting actual laws being passed or discussed to be passed to make the penalties for what they're doing much higher. It's exactly what I've been saying. And anyway, so what I've said was every single person they come into contact with on every fraud is a potential voter. And politicians come along and say they decide to have a public referendum to see if they should make more restrictive laws on filming. They are creating people who are going to support those laws. Every time they insult someone or post a picture of someone that doesn't want to be posted or do that, they're creating someone who's going to support laws to limit what they do. They're just making it harder and harder and harder for everyone else. These guys are not good.
Right. I would say for and I'm just going to speak to Tarrant County and Fort Worth. I would say the past 2 years, this is really becoming a problem. And they kind of work in a network because they all have YouTube channels. So they'll be in Fort Worth one weekend, they'll be in Houston the next, then they'll be in Austin because, you know, they're monetizing this.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you all very much.
Now, in the interest of fair play, we are also going to go over the response from a party that is opposed to it. Fortunately, it's not some frauditor off the street going into grandstand and make a fool of themselves.
We show you registered as Kirsten Budwine from the Texas Civil Rights Project.
Yes, sir.
And you are testifying on for or against House Bill 3565?
Against.
Against.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Go ahead.
HB 3565 increases the criminal penalty for the offense of interference with public duties from a Class B, which is 180 days in jail, up to a $2,000 fine, to a state jail felony, which is up to 2 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. Interfering with public duties is broadly defined as a person who interrupts, disrupts, impedes, or otherwise interferes with a peace officer while the officer is performing a duty. People who film the police or protest are often charged with this offense. Protesting and recording police officers are both protected speech under the First Amendment and should not be considered felonious conduct. As the previous witness stated, there is no bright line rule for uniform training for this type of offense. I'm aware of situations where officers who do not want to be filmed, period, or at all, have used this as a weapon against the person who is filming. We are completely against trying to increase the criminal penalties for what is not only protected speech, but what is oftentimes nonviolent conduct that poses no threat to law enforcement. This will have a chilling effect on the rights that we all hold near and dear to us. People will be deterred from holding officers accountable and protesting in fear of being stamped as a felon for the rest of their lives. Rather than punishing citizens for the nonviolent conduct, we should be encouraging this type of conduct. For these reasons, we are opposed to HB 3565. Thank you.
Now that we have heard the opposition, it may come as a surprise to you that I'm not entirely in disagreement on what she said. Yes, while frauditors are not deterred very much by the current punishment, And it is a serious question to ask whether or not we should increase that punishment to create deterrence. And it may very well work if we do. But she is correctly pointing out that doing this will have an impact on people who aren't frauditors, people who do legit exercise their First Amendment rights. And considering the state of things presently, people are going to be doing that a lot in the months and possibly years to come. So it goes without saying that we really should consider the broader implications. Now, there's no way to know for sure if this bill would pass. At the time of recording this, I have not heard any news if it will pass or if it dies in committee. But the fact of the matter is, this bill has come into existence purely because of frauditors. And thus we come to the subject of this video. This is happening. This discussion, all of this, is taking place because of frauditors. Because of their misappropriation of the First Amendment and its outright abuse, is causing us now to question if the virtue of unrestricted free speech can and could possibly be outweighed by society's need for order, safety, and security. If I were to put this into layman's terms, effectively they're screwing around with the First Amendment to the point where it could potentially ruin it for the rest of us who don't screw around with it, for those of us who actually use it responsibly. And bear in mind, this can happen to any number of rights, whether it's free speech, owning a firearm, being able to appeal and re-argue and delay anything in court. These things exist legitimately for our protection. And as we're learning, they only exist if the powers that be choose to grant them to us. And if people start causing trouble to make the powers that be question whether or not we deserve those things, then we could find ourselves very much having to pay the price for those people's mistakes. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want to see even more in the future, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love to read them. Till next time.
All right.
Alright. Yeah, that was the wrong one. Alright. Listen, guys. That's it. I've decided next time I go to Texas to poo and highway star stew, I'm gonna stop over there and I'm gonna vote against that bill. And I'm gonna protest. I'm gonna say, vote no, vote no, vote no, vote no, vote no, vote no, vote no. And then you can lick my butthole. Yeah, that'll be fun, man. And I'll tell them, I'll say, hey, you think that guys that walk up to you with a camera should go to jail for it? Well, beep, 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 beep. You know what I'm saying, man? I wish I had a button for that. Hey, man, you're gonna, with my stinking, you dirty, rotten, no good. Yeah, hey, how do you like that? Vote no, man. Yeah, man. We should be free to harass everybody. We should be free to pick on old ladies. We should be free to exploit children, because that's just what we do. Ow.
Man, that kid, he's getting too brave, man. He keeps coming up here like he's trying to run the show. I still think, I don't know. I still haven't decided if I should do an entire episode one morning where he takes over the whole show for the whole day. Oh, now it's good having him be bleeped? Okay. Maybe I should start making that a new thing that I do. I don't know about Michigan hot dogs. All I know is that Chicago hot dogs are the best. Here's the thing about Chicago hot dogs, and I had to explain this to my kids a few times because, you know, little kids, they like ketchup on their hot dogs, and they're like, how come you never put ketchup on your hot dogs? And here's the thing. If you're getting a real hot dog, and it's the same thing like if you go into a steak restaurant. and order a nice cut of meat, and they give you A1 or something like that. They don't give you, ketchup. I mean, you can ask for it depending on where you're at. They might look at you funny, but it's the same idea. Like, if I go to the store and I buy some cheap hot dogs, then go ahead, give those to the kids. Let them put ketchup on it. But if you're buying good hot dogs that are made out of good meat, you're like ruining the flavor by putting the ketchup on it. That's the whole point. It's the vinegar, and it ruins the flavor of the meat. And so to where all you can taste is the ketchup, you got to get a real hot dog, like Chicago hot dogs, best kosher, Vienna beef. Oh, so good. And even like if you want to go to the store, you could get like in the shops in Chicago, like in your hot dog joint on the corner, it's usually going to be either Vienna beef or best kosher. But like if you're just shopping in the store, Hebrew Nationals are really, really good too. Those things are awesome. Highway Star for $5. While you're gone, Douche Canoe will poop on your crap. Donny Osmond gets zapped. Whoa! Held on, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm a little bit country. You're a little bit rock and roll. I'm a little bit. And you're a little bit old. Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm gonna kick you in your. But it's gonna be fun. Yeah, did that work? I don't know, man. Anyway, what did you want, Highway Star? Money? I got plenty of money, man, 'cause I'm a pimp, you're a simp. I've been eating all the shrimp, drinking moonshine in the rain. They call me Mr. Insane. Oh, you're not gonna taste it. Oh boy, was I wrong. I'm always wrong. No, I'm sorry.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how to do it. Yesterday, I did that to Mini Hez, and he asked me to teach him how, and I couldn't think of what to say. Like, how do you explain this? I'm like, what do you just, you make your top lip stiff and you move your bottom lip and then, see, I can't even do it now. Yeah, I don't know. Bull in a hole, what's up? Let's see, Bull in a hole, Florida Gym. Anyone else I didn't say hello to? Robert Custos. Oh, you know what? Pie, what's up? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Chili cheese dogs, very, very good. Delicious. I love a good chili dog. Oh, Florida Gym for $5. News on Voodoo. Apologies to Highway Star. How rough it's been on him. Oh, no. All right. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Florida Jim, $5 to apologize to Highway Star. Florida Jim, okay, I'll be more than happy to do that just for you because of the $5 donation. Okay, ready? Here we go. Highway Star, I formally would like to say to you, look at my butt, look at my butt. That's right, that's the butt that I use to poop in your stew and on your records too. That's just what I love to do. Poo in your stew, pooing on you, I'll poo in your shoe, 'cause that's how I do. Yeah. Right? Wait, I thought that was the swear sound now. We just changed it, right? Oh, that's better, isn't it? What now? Oh, crap! Whitsky. Don't know what to do. What that douche can do. Hey, I'm gonna take a poo on your shoe, 'cause that's what I do. And I'm gonna poo in your shoe. Ooh, 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 la 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 la. Everybody, cha 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 cha. Daddy, what? You didn't read what's on the screen. What does it say? Baby voodoo, that's you. 2 for time and night. Blasted. What the heck? Yeah, that's gonna be great. Thank you, Mr. David. This is for you, Daddy. What? What's for me? No, please, not again. I'm still getting over the lump. Oh, my spleen. Oh, it's over? Oh, my kidneys. Oh, my kidneys. No. Oh boy. Oh, crap. And that off there. And what? It's pizza time, 'cause that's the only word that rhymes. Is this my camera? Oh, crap! A ding, dong, dang, a dag, a nabbit, sang, a witch saw. Dude, it's my camera!
My camera's glitching out on me. Oh, dag nabbit. Oh. That means I'm going to have to get a new camera. Dang it. I just got this one. Timu! What's up, Saito? Good to see you. All right. What the heck was that? See? Oh, okay. I think I may have. Well, no, it is. It's the camera. Wow. The camera took some mushroom. It's News Now Voodoo's fault. That's right. It started while I was tasing him. See, you no good rotten voodoo doll. This is for you. Okay. Whatever you're kicking, stop it. Yeah, see? I found the wire that comes from the camera, and I kicked it, and it made it glitch again. So now I'm wondering if maybe I just need to tighten that. Hopefully that's all it is. And it's not the camera actually is starting to malfunction itself. Just maybe the wire's loose. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. Now that was a tasing. Yeah. You didn't let News Now Voodoo tase you. Why would I do that? That would hurt. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? We still got time. We could do another video. How about Black Heart Night, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Let's get to it, and let's do it. Do it. Mountain Dew. Do it. So cool and smooth. When you got a thirst, drench it, quench it, school and squench it. I don't remember the words. Super chat. Uncle Artie never sent me a super chat ever. Just like he never won a. Taze has News Now Voodoo shocks you. News Now Voodoo drink kerosene. All right, we could try it again. Maybe the camera won't break this time. Now I'm scared. His camera's falling out again too. Remember, I did the big surgery on him. I made a whole video about it. Even Frauditor Comedy Show was in on it, and I didn't do a perfect job though because it's falling off. The camera's falling off again, but that's whatever. Let's see. All right. Oh wait, he wants me tased though. No, that can't happen.
Oh, yes, it can. That's right, Hez. It's time, buddy. You're going down like a clown. You're gonna drown in my taser, Layton. That's right, Hez. I'm gonna tase you because you're a little poop hammer sandwich eating son of a... Yeah, man. And ain't nothing gonna stop me. Right? Here we go. Tase! Hez! Yay! What? No. What? Ah!
See, that was weird, man. Don't work. I'm not doing it. I don't like that none at all. Oh, Mullen holes off to the doctor. Well, good luck. Hope everything turns out all right. Yes. Money well spent. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's right. I already got in Florida there are 2 more voodoo dolls. In fact, this is something to bring back up anyway, because it's been a while since I talked about this. In Florida, I still have 2 voodoo dolls. I have the original that I used that I retired because he was starting to get beat up, and I replaced him with this one. They're numbered. This one's number 6. The one I was using was like number 2. I think Tiny has... Actually, you guys have number 0. That you have the prototype. And then I think... I don't remember specifically who got number 1 off the top of my head. It might have been Doc Danger. And then Keebler would have that one now, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I had number 2. And he's the one with the Leland Squirrels necklace. And he's retired. I got him on a stand in Florida on my mom's dresser. And next time I go to Florida, I'll pick him up. But I also have the very last voodoo doll Salacious ever made. I never opened it. I put it in a box with a full set of Series 1 of the card game. All the full set of cards, all 110 cards. A copy of my book, a signed copy of my book. And I think that's it. And I sealed it. And I always called that my time capsule box, that someday, if I ever hit 5,000 subs, I would have a giveaway, and the grand prize of that giveaway would be that box. It was just everything in it. The very last ever voodoo doll, the copy of my book, the full set of the cards, all of that. Boom. So that's cool. So yeah. Sounds like the Grandpa's game from the Bozo Show. That's right. Let's see. Ray Ray's a cutie. She deserves it. She won a voodoo doll. Ray won a voodoo doll. And that was funny because I remember, like, because I use the wheel. You know, the computer just picks what it picks. We have no control over it. But, like, when she won, she was like, oh, people are going to think it's fixed because I'm your producer. It's like, yeah, but you donated to the show, and anyone who's donated gets their name added to the wheel. She really didn't want, but eventually it was like, it turned out all good. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you this. Like, I always, my son and I, my older son, we always have this discussion. And then the other day, we were talking about how it seems like our devices are always listening to us, even when we're not talking to them or whatever. And like we were like, yeah, no, that's just a conspiracy theory. And then like I always show them like, well, then how come like we were discussing, I don't know, Robert Redford movies, and then the next day all my recommendations are for Robert Redford stuff. Oh, it's just a coincidence. I don't know, man. And then we finally proved it once and for all. The other day he was here and we were talking. No, it wasn't even my son. I don't know if I even told you guys this story. Last week, my buddy came from out of town. He was driving from South Dakota to here to visit his parents, and because we grew up together, in the neighborhood. So he was like, "Well, I have to drive past your house to get home anyway, so I'll stop by for a while and hang out." And while we were hanging out, I was thinking to my son, because me and him have these conversations all the time. We talk about this all the time. But it was my friend. He was talking about like, because I got my new turntable, and it's good. I mean, I could finally listen to my records again. But like, it's not a great turntable. I used to be a DJ, so I had professional Techniques 1200 turntables, or like really expensive, really good turntable. But I mean, again, I could listen to my records with it. It's good. It works. So me and my friend were talking about it, and he was like, "Was it better than the turntables that like you had way back in the old days when you first started as a DJ?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "The Gemini turntables." And then I guess there's a program on my phone called Gemini, and it started talking to us because it heard us say the word Gemini. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't turn you on. I didn't talk to you. You're just spying in on our conversations. Yes, tools of the devil. That's right. I don't know, man. Anyway, that being said, let's see. Our next video was going to be NCR. Oh, no, Blackheart Night. Yes. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with some Blackheart Night. He listens to records and drinks soda pop. How dare he? All right, here we go.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in Judge Crumb's courtroom in Kansas as he takes on a sovereign citizen who unwittingly admits that he's too stupid to represent himself. Well, I'm glad that admission can be made by at least one sovtard. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
Somebody on here that's got a Samsung SM A716. Could you turn on your camera and identify yourself, please? What is your name, sir? You'll need to unmute. Should be in the lower left-hand corner of your device. The audio button, just click that.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can. What is your name?
I am Brian. My family name is Wilkinson.
All right. We'll go on the record in State of Kansas versus Brian J. Wilkinson. Case number 25 CR 67. The state appears by County Attorney Darren DeVinny. Mr. Wilkinson appears in person by Zoom. We're here for a first appearance. Mr. Wilkinson, you're appearing by a summons. I'm going to go over your charges with you. There are 3 counts, all alleged to have occurred on June 4th, 2024 in Butler County, Kansas. Count 1 alleges you were in unlawful possession of methamphetamine. That is a level 5 drug felony. Count 2 alleges you were in unlawful possession of paraphernalia for use. That is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. Count 3 is an allegation of possession of marijuana, also a Class B non-person misdemeanor. Do you understand what you've been charged with, Mr. Wilkinson?
I do not understand, Your Honor.
Okay, what don't you understand?
I had thought that this matter was already settled on the case that that Mr. Watts was representing.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Dude, are you that damn incompetent? I mean, just because somebody is representing you doesn't automatically mean that the case has been settled. It just means you have somebody representing you that can attempt to get the case settled for you. I mean, come on now, dude. Think.
Okay, I'm not aware of that.
All right, I just wanted to say something. Because P. Barnes, he's not from the States. Now it's on a state-by-state basis. So it's not that it's legal, it's that the states can decide if it's going to be legal or not in that state. So it is in some states, it's not in others. In some states, only for medical purposes if you have a prescription. In some states, like Colorado, you could just like go to a store and buy it, but it has to be like a dispensary store or whatever. So yeah, it all depends on where you live and what the laws are there. So it's not just like it's legal. No, but it depends where you're at. So yeah, that's all that is. All right. Back to the show, yo. Back to the show, yo. To the show, yo. What's the scenario, yo? Whatever that means.
Particular matter. That may have been a different case. I'm not sure.
Well, there wasn't a different case. I mean, I wasn't attacked and assaulted and kidnapped 2 different times, just one time.
Mr.
And
Devaney,
I've
do you know
already-
anything about another case involving Mr. Wilkinson?
Let's see. Well, I know that his criminal history. I know he's a B on the grid. He has out of at least Butler County cases, we've got a driving while suspended, an old a 23 traffic case that's closed, and then he has this open case now for possession of methamphetamine.
Do you know of? Is there one where Mr. Watts representing that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. Well, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I don't know, Mr. Wilkinson. That can be sorted out. Can you afford to hire an attorney to represent you?
I'm sui juris.
Excuse me?
I'm sui juris, and I would appreciate it, Your Honor, if you would recite your oath of office, your delegation of authority order, and your bond information.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
I'm not going to do that, Mr. Wilkinson. Can you afford to hire an attorney?
I am not a ward of the court. I'm not an idiot. I know how to speak for myself.
Okay. Do you wish to represent yourself?
Well, I am myself. I can't represent myself, but yeah. Yes,
I
will be talking for myself.
All right. You understand you have a right to have an attorney represent you on this case?
Yeah, but that makes me a ward of the court if I am seen as too stupid to talk for myself.
Do you understand?
I'll agree with that you are too stupid to represent yourself in any kind of matter, let alone bagging your own groceries. I mean, yeah, you think you're going to be a ward of the court because you get a lawyer? No, that'll make you a defendant. Defending yourself in a criminal matter, you doofus. Yeah, and the judge is not going to recite his oath of office and everything like that to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes along, because that will, well, significantly gum up the work, shit, dipshit. That would make the legal system even slower than it already is, and we don't need that.
If you can't afford an attorney to represent you, one would be appointed for you.
I also understand that all attorneys' first duty is for the court and not for their clients. So
Do you
I wouldn't
understand
want.
you have that right, Mr. Wilkinson?
I do understand my rights. Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and appoint James Watts to represent you if you think that he's represented you on something that may be in line with this case. So he'll be with you when you appear back in front of me, and that'll be on my preliminary hearing control docket. Do you have something to write with, Mr.
Yes,
Wilkinson?
sir.
All right. Your court date will be in front of me by Zoom on May the 19th at 2:30.
May 19th, 2:30 p.m.
That's correct. Do you have Mr.
Okay.
Watts?
No, 2:30 at night, genius. Yeah, of course they're not going to be open at 2:30 in the morning.
Contact information?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. You might contact his office and let them know that court date. We need to set a bond. Mr. Devaney, what's your recommendation for bond?
The defendant does appear here voluntarily by summons here today, so I'd request a $10,000 OR bond for the defendant.
What was the amount?
$10,000.
All right, I'll set a $10,000 OR bond. He'll need to be processed, I'm assuming.
Well, he initially had a first appearance back on June 5th of 24 at 1:30. At that point, we were waiting on KBI Labs and we released him. So I believe he's actually been arrested and processed.
Okay.
He just needs to come to 201 West Pine. If he can make it here today before 5, that's great. If not, probably on Monday to come up to the front desk so he can sign his bond.
All right, Mr. Wilkinson, can you make it up to the Judicial Center this afternoon to sign your OR bond?
It'll probably need to be Monday, Your Honor.
Okay. And is there a particular time he'll need to be there?
8 to 5. He can come up anytime from 8 to 5.
Anytime between 8 to 5, just go up to the front desk and they'll have that paperwork for you to sign, Mr. Wilkinson.
At the front desk where the where you enter, or do I need to go into the clerk's office?
Just walk through the front doors and come to the front desk and we'll have it up there ready for you, Mr. Wilkinson.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Devaney, anything else on Mr. Wilkinson's case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Wilkinson, you're excused today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet.
Yeah, at least he admitted that he was too stupid to represent himself. He did it unwittingly, but you know what? I guess he was just too stupid to catch that on his own. Now we'll just have to look out for this case when it actually comes out. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking stuff right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Blackheart 9. Hey, what's up, Street Video Reviewer? How's it going? Zerzu's echoing. The Raging Tomato, talking about a show you've been watching. Are they good? Let's see. I like that. Florida Jim says when he smokes, he's better at guitar. No, not he plays better. He sounds better. He plays the same, but it sounds great. Let's see. American pool is different from ours. The size of the tables are smaller, balls are bigger, and I can play long distance shot on one leg. Okay. I don't know. I know that like billiards and pool are different. Hey, Nightman's wife. All right. Welcome. We haven't seen you in a minute. All right. You know what? I'm going to throw you a happy dance. All right. Yes, there you go. I remember last week we had Miranda in here at the end of a show too. let's see. They're crazy, which is kind of a lure for me. Oh yeah, watching nutty people act nuts. It's fun to watch sometimes. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we got about 10 minutes to the cupcake dance, and I actually had, well, let's see. Now that video is like 15 minutes long. So let's see what else we got here. We haven't done in a while. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Predators are nuttier than squirrels. Well, yeah. So you know what? There's where is it? There's a thing that I used to do at least once a week, and since I actually did everything I wanted to do today, and we still have time, let me go ahead and let's see. There it is. Let's go ahead and watch this again. It's only 3 minutes, but it's always good to watch, especially if there's any pro frauditors watching the show right now. This is the perfect time for them to be tuning in when I'm about to play this. All right. Boom.
Policeman. A policeman is a composite of what all men are, I guess, a mingling of saint and sinner, dust and deity. Culled statistics wave the fan over stinkers, underscore instances of dishonesty and brutality because they are news. What that really means is that they are exceptional, they are unusual, they are not commonplace. Buried under the froth is the fact. And the fact is that less than 0.5% of policemen misfit that uniform. And that is a better average than you'd find among clergymen. What is a policeman? He of all men is at once the most needed and the most wanted. A strangely nameless creature who is sir to his face and pig or worse behind his back. He must be such a diplomat that he can settle differences between individuals so that each will think he won, but if a policeman is neat, he's conceited. If he's careless, he's a bum. If he's pleasant, he's a flirt. If he's not, he's a grouch. He must make instant decisions which would require months for a lawyer, but if he hurries, he's careless. If he's deliberate, he's lazy. He must be first to an accident, infallible with a diagnosis. He must be able to start breathing, stop bleeding, tie splints, and above all, be sure the victim goes home without a limp or expect to be sued. The police officer must know every gun, draw on the run, and hit where it doesn't hurt. He must be able to whip two men twice his size and half his age without damaging his uniform and without being brutal. If you hit him, he's a coward. If he hits you, he's a bully. A policeman must know everything and not tell. He must know where all of the sin is and not partake. The policeman from a single human hair must be able to describe the crime, the weapon, the criminal, and tell you where the criminal is hiding, but if he catches the criminal, he's lucky. If he doesn't, he's a dunce. If he gets promoted, he has political pull. If he doesn't, he's a dullard. The policeman must chase bum leads to a dead end, stake out 10 nights to tag one witness who saw it happen but refuses to remember. He runs files and writes reports until his eyes ache to build a case against some felon who will get dealed out by a shameless Seamus or an honorable who isn't honorable. The policeman must be a minister, a social worker, a diplomat, a tough guy, and a gentleman. And of course, he'll have to be a genius because he'll have to feed a family on a policeman's salary.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Paul Harvey. Yes. I always love that because it really does, like, because I've played that so many times, like, it really does, like, address everything. Like, everything that we always hear from the people who argue against him or whatever. It's like everything he says, he addresses every one of those issues, you know, especially when he gets into like okay, so if he takes his time to do it right, oh, he's just being lazy. Or if he is really quick, oh, he's just a hurry. He's not really trying, or whatever. If he's polite, he's a flirt. If he's not, he's rude. It's like, yeah, no matter what, they're always wrong. If he actually solves the case, that was just luck. And if he doesn't, oh, look at that, he's an idiot. He can't even solve a case. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. But so anyway, yeah, I like that. Hez plays that all the time, but he doesn't play any of my videos. All right. You know what? We still got 4 minutes to the cupcake dance. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on. Let's see. We got the bar. The problem is we can't actually destroy the Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity, because the whole point is that Cripple Cat wants to take over the bar. If we destroy it, then there'll be nothing for her to take over. All we can do is hopefully cause enough damage that it'll break him, and then he won't be able to afford it anymore, and then she'll just get it, super cheap, But I mean, what? I don't know what I didn't say that. It was a mistake. What's the cupcake dance? Okay. So actually, because you are kind of newer to the channel. So what it is Frauditor News Network and I used to do a show together. Before she found out that she had cancer and started her treatments and all that. We did a show together. She's okay now. She's fine now. She had her surgery. They got it all. She's good. But before she found out and started her treatments and all that, we had a show we did together every Saturday night. And one of her characters is a puppet named Cupcake. And I actually have, because her and I are we know each other in real life. And so this is when Cupcake and News Now Voodoo met in real life and they got together. Cupcake is the bear, and obviously Voodoo. So when she first started getting, because it was all in her throat, so she couldn't talk, so she couldn't do the Saturday show every week. So we had to stop doing the Saturday show because physically she couldn't do it. But so what ended up happening was to honor her. Every day, it's because I knew because I know her in real life, we sat, we hung out, we talked, and she said that with her job, every day, before work, she would stop and watch my show on her phone until she went in at our time, 7:30. So every day at 7:20, it would be even if she's not in the chat or whatever, I know you're watching. That it's almost like Carol Burnett, on her show. If she ever pulled her ear, that's her signal, she's talking to her aunt or whatever, whoever it was. That was the idea, is that it would be a thing every day at 7:20, I would do a dance, and then her sitting there watching it would know, oh, he's telling me, hey, what's up, and I know you're watching, and that I'm seeing it, kind of a thing. So it became a regular thing, and then we called it the Cupcake Happy Dance. And now it's no matter what, at 7:20 every day, we do the Cupcake Happy Dance for Frauditor News Network. And sometimes she will respond in the chat and say, ole, and then we all know that she's watching. But yeah, that's the story behind the Cupcake Happy Dance, which was great that you asked, because that brings us right up to the Cupcake Happy Dance. All right, it's almost time. We got, oh yeah, here it is. Let's go. All right. Okay. Ole. All right. Yes. I love it. Thank you guys for joining me as always. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, hump day. All right. All we got to do is get through 4 more days, and then we'll be ready for the weekend. Thank you so much. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. What? Sorry. Anyway, it's getting warmer out here, too. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys. I got to take Mini Hez to school. I got to go to work. Oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.